I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. We're talking about those XXX flares that we had from the sun, and today is the parade of planets. Let's take a look at all the planetary alignments and what that means for you. First off, our moon today is in Taurus energy. It wants us to slow down. It wants us to stay in the present moment today. We also have Mercury moving out of that energy, going into Gemini, which is like the ruler of that energy, and it is giving us way too much information to sift through right now. It's like information overload. But Mercury wants us to stay alert, to stay aware, and yet again, to stay present. So today, a big motivation to stay in the present moment. Because with the rapid acceleration that we are having with all of the information that is coming in because of the planetary alignments, it is giving that sense of overwhelming energy, anxiety. It's too much to process, right? But this is good that the moon is in Taurus right now because we are able to connect to more than those five senses, right? Because we have to revert back and stay in the present moment. The goal today is to stay in the present moment. Don't want to get carried away. We don't want to feel the anxiety and the overwhelming feelings, so we're going to stay where we're at. We also have the sun and the north node together today, and this is helping us rise up to all of those challenges as we go along our journey for independence and soul purpose and self-discovery. But also today is the parade of planets, so there are 6 planetary alignments today. Each one brings its own unique energy. Like Jupiter, this is in that planetary alignment, bringing about a lot of expansion and a lot of abundance with that Jupiter energy. Also today we have Mercury lining up. What does Mercury energy do? It rules intellect. It rules that communication. So you have Jupiter here with abundance and expansion hooking up with Mercury with communication. We also have Uranus that is bringing unexpected changes. So throw that on top of the mix. Neptune's bringing beautiful energy. Beautiful energy from Neptune is all about spirituality and inspiring ideas and dreams. On top of those unexpected changes and unexpected events is Mars. And this brings about energy. Mars is about energy. It's about courage. Saturn is bringing us some stability. It is bringing us some structure, some discipline with Saturn energy. So today we have a lot of interesting aspects at play. So with all of these planetary alignments, and also we have our moon in Taurus, we have Mercury going into Gemini, and then we also have our sun exploding with M-class flares and XXX class flares. So we are lining up with the universe right now. It is aligning us for all of the energy that is going to be helping us here in the future. There will be heightened sensations today, so be aware of that. Increased motivation, optimism, surprises, sudden breakthroughs, epiphanies, deja vu, clear communication. This is going to be a big factor in what you want and what you need and desire and how that's going to prove to you in the future. Don't forget the synchronicities that you may see today, including numbers, vivid dreams, deja vu, epiphanies, old memories that are going to be resurfacing so you can go ahead and along with your path. Also, twin flame reunions are very possible. There's a lot of success that surrounds that and a lot of dreams that are becoming reality. So that is the energy that we are working with today, but let's look into the sun because it gave us 3 XXX class flares. We have 10 sunspots on our sun today. We are going to look at the largest one, 3697. That is Earth facing now, today, tomorrow, and the next day. Expect a lot of energy to come through here. We're getting a lot of M-class flares, so that's like moderate to high level M-class flares, and we had XXX class flares from this region this weekend. This region has been on fire since it came on the sun. 3697 is giving us multiple M-class flares, multiple C-class flares, and it's basically the only region giving us much of anything. This is a close-up of that region. It is in beta, delta, and gamma range. It has kept its delta configuration, which means it's way more complex than the higher percentages of having something very large from here. That's what that means. So it has kept its delta configuration right here Also, so there has been slight decay and separation since it has came on the sun because it has exploded so much. So we are still prepared to have a high percentage for these X-class flares due to this right here. Proton level also, if this gets high enough and we have a coronal mass ejection, which is plasma that is just erupted and headed towards Earth, then we can have a little bit of a problem with solar radiation storms and getting into those minor levels. So those will last for days. That's why we try not to stay in proton levels, because it's heavy energy. But we do have a 20% chance from this region if we have a coronal mass ejection associated with it. Now, this region also gave us a very large M-class flare. None of the X-class flares gave us any coronal mass ejections, which means it erupted, but it went right back into the sun, right? So nothing came out. But this M7 flare, that's a little different. Now, most of the bulk of the plasma that was ejected out from the M7 is mostly south and east. However, we are going to see some possible G1 minor geomagnetic storms here late on the 4th coming up. So if you are in a high latitude area tomorrow, you may be able to see the northern lights, but today we're going to be pretty low and slow. Solar wind speeds pretty nominal. Same with on June 5th. So we're going to hit geomagnetic storm 1s possibly, and we'll go back right down into those nominal levels. Now, another interesting event is that we had an M4.81 come from 2 regions. Yes, 2 regions were involved in this eruption here. Now, most of the data is ongoing right now to see if we have any Earth-directed components, but it came from the northwestern quadrant from both of those areas that were involved. These are those 2 regions. There's really nothing going on here. We had a configuration right around here, and that gave us that larger M-class flare. Thus, those 2 regions were involved. But if any Earth-directed components are associated with this, I will let you know. Here's another image of our sun. These squiggly lines right here, these squiggly lines are called filaments, and they can lift off of the sun at any time. Think about the regions I just showed you and how long the filament is. So filaments can also pose a risk. It doesn't seem like any are going to detach at this certain moment. Can't say within the next 24 hours if that is going to be the case because we cannot predict the sun, but we are watching the very large filaments right now. We are in solar cycle 25. We are in the solar maximum right now. Yes, the solar maximum was predicted 2025, but several articles have came out that now is the peak. Okay, let's check it out. Why not? We have an updated graph. So you can see here where we are in our levels 2024. Do you see how we are reaching a peak? Is it the peak? We shall see. I feel like it's going to go higher. I know it's going to go higher because we have way more solar maximum to go through. But yeah, we are getting to that right now. Remember, it has to go down at some point, but that's way in the future. We're getting bombarded with photonic light, high frequencies right now, DNA upgrades because of this amount of photonic light as we pass through the photon belt right now. I will always keep you updated on the progress of solar cycle 25 because this is the most important time within humanity right now, directed around the sun. Even if people don't know it yet, that's okay. Hi, I'm Sarah Starr. I report on space weather. I also report on the Galactic Federation because I am an ambassador and this has a lot to do with it, and I'm just going to help you through the process, understand what's going to be happening here, now, and in the future, and what you're going through right now. So the number one thing today is to stay present. We have to stay present today. That was the number one message. But we also have so much more energy at play. It's ridiculous. Remember, we have clear communication today. We have abundance and expansion and surprises. And we have spirituality coming to the forefront, vivid dreams that are coming to the forefront, a ton of synchronicities, stability is coming, and also remember, we have all of the energy and the courage to push through. This is our spiritual journey. What are you doing? Let me know in the comments, guys, what the energy is doing to you, how you're feeling, how you're handling it. Maybe let me know the synchronicities that you are getting. Are you seeing animals? Are you seeing numbers? Are you getting songs that are coming to the forefront? Are people talking to you about things that you're thinking about? Let me know, guys. Love ya.